2 million areas. Prairie formed 8,000 years ago. Prairie fires move 600 feet per minute, and prairie grasses can grow in heights of 8 or 9 feet each fall.
The rose became the state flower in 1997. The wild rose is considered the official state flower. Wild roses grow on small shrubs in Iowa. The shrubs are usually 46 centimeters tall. Roses bloom from June through the late summer. Wild roses have large pink petals. The center of the flower is yellow. The geode became the state rock in 1967. The word geo means earth-like in Latin. Geodes are round like the earth. They are 2 to 6 inches long. Geodes are found in limestone. They have a hard outer shell with an inside lining of mineral crystals.
Most Amish believe that farming is the simplest and best way of life. They use old farming methods. A tractor gets the work done more quickly, but horses and the love of hard work keep us nearer to God, one Amish man explained. Clothing and homes are kept as plain as possible. Decoration of any kind is avoided. The Amish discourage knowledge outside their setting. The Amish have lived in Iowa for over 160 years. The oldest and largest Amish community in Iowa is found in Johnson and Washington counties around the town of Cologne. Iowa has a small Amish population given its long history. Amish in Iowa number around 7,000 today.
Iowa cultures help people spend their time with sports, health, religious organizations, local festivals, and political events.
Our city features an annual Scandinavian Day celebration. The event occurs in the first week of June and features live music, rides, and games, and people find themselves surrounded by Norway's culture in the form of arts and food. There is also an annual storytelling festival celebrating the art of storytelling each September. It is fun. You should go sometime.
Hey Andy, I heard about this new competition called Rag Ride.
What's Rag Ride?
It's a bike ride.
Where is it? How far?
It's in Iowa and it's all the way across the state.
That's really cool. I want to hear more about it after school. But it's the end of the recess, and I have to get to math class, which I know is Andy's favorite subject.
Oh, man.
In the beginning, when a few friends went for a bike ride across Iowa in 1973, no one imagined that a tradition would be born, or the largest, longest, and oldest bicycle event in the world. The event is 5 days long, and at night they sleep in tents. Every year, the course is different, so people can't train on the course.
Small game hunting and shooting focuses on birds such as the pheasant and goose, as well as on such animals as the hare, rabbit, raccoon, and squirrel. Game laws and wildlife refuges in the United States have been designed to save game animals and birds from extinction.
Hi, I'm Ellie from WSR News, here with Anna to talk about farming.
Wait just a second, I have to go feed my cow Lucy.
Can you bring Lucy out here?
Sure, and then I can tell you about cows.
Okay.
Cows have 4 stomachs. They produce lots of dairy.
Thank you, Anna and Lucy. This is Ellie from WSR News.
Moo! All over the world, people depend on Iowa's farm products. Almost 86% of Iowa's land area is used for farming. That's the highest percentage of any state. There are egg farms that specialize in taking care of thousands of birds, as well as a growing number of families that offer produce, meat, milk, and eggs, or other food right away to consumers, restaurants, or other retailers. There are nearly 30 million acres devoted to farming in Iowa, and 90% of it is farmed using some form of conservation practice. Iowa is home to 3 million people. Much of what Iowa farmers raise and grow is exported for processing and used by people living in other states and countries. Iowa farmers has helped make Iowa known around the world as a producer of many farm products. Iowa supplies the world with many products.
Iowa used to be all prairies. Its reason it's gone is agriculture. The city progressing in size, fire, and ignorance. Iowa was home to many animals. When they started to wipe out, many people joined wildlife management. Laws were passed that certain game could only be hunted at certain times of the year, and only a certain amount. Certain places were set aside for parks and preserves where animals could live safely. Through hard work, some wildlife that disappeared over 100 years ago can now be seen again. In 1900, there were no white-tailed deer or turkeys. Now hunters from all over the country come and pay for the right to hunt a big buck or a turkey. Iowa is considered the most alternated state in the nation, but many Iowans are working to protect what remains and recreate spaces for native animals. Iowa's resident animals adapt to big changes in seasonal conditions. They can survive hot, humid summers and freezing winters.
Grant Wood is Iowa's most famous painter. He wrote the following words in Iowa Artists of the First 100 Years. For a long time, it was generally thought that Iowa's only proper field was the raising of corn and hogs, and that creative art, particularly graphic and plastic art, was the last thing in the world to look for in this Midland state. This conception, we now realize, is false. If Iowa has not produced a phenomenal share of artists, it has at least produced its share, and their contribution is well worthy of a general note. Many think that Iowa is more of a farming state than an art state, but that has been proven wrong. Artists and art programs also seem very abundant. Grant Wood was born in 1891. He painted the famous American Gothic in the 1930s and, with other artists, created the style of regionalism. Marvin Cohn was an artist who, like Grant, was born in 1891. Grant and Marvin met in high school. They worked together at the Cedar Rapids Art Association Gallery. Then Marvin decided to study at the Art Institute of Chicago. He returned in Iowa in 1919 to teach and paint. Grant Wood was an interesting artist. One day, he showed his mother a picture that he made that appeared to be a cluster of half moons, but he told her that it was a chicken. She was confused until she found that they looked almost exactly like the markings on the chickens in the yard.
Roger is a football player that went to the University of Nebraska. In his college career, he ran 2,446 yards and 26 touchdowns. Roger played for 3 teams, the Raiders, Vikings, and the 49ers. He first got drafted in the second-round 49th pick in 1983. In 1988, Roger got the award for the Best Offense Player of the Year. For the 49ers, Roger was the best running back. With the 49ers, he led them to a Super Bowl. They also won the Super Bowl. When he was on the Raiders, he led them to a Super Bowl, too. He also led them to winning the Super Bowl. With the Raiders, his agent signed him to the Vikings. When he was on the Vikings, they called him the best running back they ever had. He also led them to winning a Super Bowl, too. In his NFL career, he ran 8,189 yards and went to 3 Pro Bowls. He also got 73 touchdowns in his career.
Herbert Hoover was born in Iowa and was President of the United States of America. He gained a reputation as a humanitarian in World War I by taking charge of hunger relief efforts in Europe as head of American Relief Administration.
Hey, there's a Hawkeyes game tonight. Want to go? Yeah. Sure. Well, so before we go, maybe we should learn a little bit about the Hawkeyes and football. Yeah, good idea. The Iowa Hawkeyes are the team that represents the University of Iowa. However, football was not officially recognized as a varsity sport until November 16, 1889. The next year, Iowa got its first win against Wesleyan, and since then the Hawkeyes have won 11 trophies. The University of Iowa is a public research university located in Iowa City. Let's go, guys. Yep. Let's go, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Woo.
Iowa State University is located in Ames, Iowa. Students from all over the world come to Iowa State University for its many choices and majors, as well as its athletes program. They learn from great educators and can join in many different students' organizations to help them reach their potential and discover their passions. Iowa State University is a public land grant and space grant research university.
Many successful and famous people have attended Iowa State University and have gone on to do great things in their respected fields. Until 1959, it was known as the Iowa State College of Agriculture and Mechanic.
University of Northern Iowa, or UNI, is a college located in Cedar Falls, Iowa, United States. UNI offers more than 90 majors. UNI has consistently been named one of the best in the Midwest in the Princeton Review. The Northern Iowa Panthers are the athletic teams of the University of Northern Iowa. The university is a member of the Missouri Valley Conference and competes in NCAA Division I FCS in football, fielding 15 varsity teams in 11 sports. Men's sports include basketball, cross country, football, golf, track and field, and wrestling. Women's sports include basketball, cross country, golf, soccer, softball, swimming, diving, tennis, track, field, and volleyball. Wartburg College is a 4-year college located in Waverly, Iowa. Wartburg is the only private college in Iowa offering a music therapy major. The college is highly competitive and has an 89% medical school placement rate and a 100% placement rate in other fields of medicine. In 2007, U.S. News rated Wartburg College 6th for academic excellence among Mid and World Report Western Comprehensive colleges, which primarily awarded bachelor's degrees and second in cost.
Des Moines is Iowa's capital city. It is in the center of Iowa government. In addition, its active business and culture center. Towns developed first along the banks of the Mississippi River in Iowa. Because of this, Mississippi River towns have a common culture and history apart from the rest of the state. Located only 25 miles southeast from Fort Mason. In 1808, Fort Madison created a site for a U.S. fort and trading post. The fort's location was significant as if it was one of the 3 posts of established control over the area in the Louisiana Purchase. The fort was burned in 1813 after a siege by the Sauk tribe.
Hey, I'm going to the Cedar Rapids Museum of Arts this weekend.
Hey guys, what do you plan to do there?
We plan to look at all the art stuff and stuff by Grant Wood.
Okay, can I come too? What time will you be going?
About 10 o'clock.
Okay, that sounds fun.
We'll pick you up. See you Saturday.
The Cedar Rapids Museum of Art is known for having the world's largest collection of art by Iowa's native son, who painted the famous. This museum is a great way for kids to discover the world of art. There's something to enjoy at the CRM. Tulip Festival is an entertaining celebration. The best Star showcases for 100,000 visitors. They also include music and dancing by hundreds of children, a carnival midway, plus tulips in a charming village.
Adventureland has over 100 rides, shows, and exciting roller coasters in the country. They have great water rides, but the entertainment doesn't stop with the rides. Adventureland has a bunch of shows from live music to magic dances. Adventureland is a great park for you.
And that's all about Adventureland.
Wow, that sounds very exciting. In fact, I'll go there right now.
Oh, wait a minute. I just overheard this conversation about Adventureland. I think it sounds like a great place to go, but can we wait till after school?
Okay.
All right, good.
I love music. It speaks to my heart. I heard about this cool festival called the Big Spiderbeck Festival. Cool, let's listen in and learn.
Spiderbeck was an American jazz clarinetist and pianist and composer. Bix has a 4-day festival that started back in 1972. The festival is sponsored by the Bix Spiderbeck Memorial Society.
Glenn Miller was born on a farm in Clarinda, Iowa. During his senior year of high school, Miller became very interested in a new style of music called dance band music. He was so taken with it that he formed his own band with some classmates. He became a professional musician, but spent most of his time attending auditions and playing any gig he could get. He decided to concentrate on making a career as a professional musician.
Hey, Mr. Wilcox, can we go to the state fair?
Let me think. Yeah, sure, if I get to go too.
Okay.
Woohoo! I get to go to the state fair.
Hi, I'm Lauren from the WSR News. Where are you going?
We're going to the state fair.
What are you going to do when you get there?
We're going to go on rides and play some games.
I'm going to go see the fireworks. But Mr. Wilcox, what do you want to do?
I want to see the parade, and I want to eat a lot of different food there because they have lots of food vendors.
That sounds fun. Can I go with?
Sure. Bye.
See you at the state fair.
Iowa's first fair was in Fairfield in October 1854. It had 6 acres of land and a 250-foot-long shed. Nearly 10,000 Iowans traveled by foot, horseback, and covered wagon to this educational and social event. By the late 1800s, the Iowa State Fair began to change because of better transportation and increased population. The planners believed it was time for the fair to have a home. In 1879, Des Moines was chosen as the permanent site for the Iowa State Fair. Fireworks, bicycle races, hog calling competitions, and
was born in February of 1891 in Anamosa, Iowa. During the summer of 1932, he established an art colony in Stone City, Iowa. The Grant Wood Art Festival is a celebration of his legacy and our local heritage. He painted simple scenes of land and people he knew best. He helped create an important all-American style of art. Grant Wood's painting showed the love he had for people and customs of the Midwestern United States. He loved gadgets and making things, and he worked slowly and carefully at all of his crafts.